Hello YouTube and welcome to Turmoil in the Toybox. I'm your host Aaron Hauser, and today we'll be reviewing the NECA 18-inch Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. Very cool figure. I have the standard 7-inch figure of this release by NECA, and they are the exact same. So if you have the 7-inch one, it has basically the exact same articulation in the shoulder, the elbow slightly, and then the wrist, and then shoulder, and then it comes with the machete, which is pretty cool. This one actually came with a couple other accessories. It came with an axe, as well as the harpoon, I want to say, that they had at the dock at one point. Very cool figure. The detailing on this is phenomenal. You've got his kind of exposed rib cage and everything there. He's got the chain that he was bound to the bottom of Crystal Lake with. The mask, which is kind of decaying at parts. The mask actually does come off, and you can see his kind of zombified face there, which is really cool looking. The detail on that, it's just fucking awesome. I love that. So, mask fits on pretty good. Doesn't really move around a whole lot. So, yeah, really cool figure. One thing I like about this Jason in particular, as opposed to the other NECA ones, is that it actually has the sound option on it. Let me turn this around real quick here. It's kind of hidden in the back here. Doesn't really play the whole theme, just kind of plays the, you know, the notes that everybody knows, the kill ma sound. So, as far as pros and cons go, not a whole lot of articulation. It's kind of like the McFarlane 18-inchers in the way that it comes pre-posed. One thing I do like about it is that, as with some of the newer NECA figures, the hand is more rubber, so it's easier to grip and to put the accessories in the hand. They don't fall out, and at the same time you don't have to like peel the paint off the machete trying to get it into his hand, which is always kind of a problem with the older ones. The main complaint that I had with this figure, though, is the balance. It is horribly imbalanced. A friend of mine on Facebook actually taught me this trick. If you have this model, if you take a penny and put it under each toe, it'll actually, here, let me see if I can set this down for 2 seconds without it falling over. If you actually take a penny, put one under one toe, and then one under the other, like so, it hides it fairly well, but it also keeps it balanced. Whereas if you actually had it without that, this thing leans forward really harshly, so without it, it kind of, yeah, like that. So I get a little paranoid about these things taking a dive off the shelf anyways. I've had it happen a couple times. So it really helps to display it if you actually throw one of those under each foot to kind of prop it a bit better. Which leads me to my other point. The articulation on this with the feet, because it's kind of all sculpted in one big lump, there's no articulation on the ankles at all. So you can't swivel them out a bit to help them tip forward a bit more. He has some, he can kind of pivot on his waist, but that just makes him a bit more top heavy. So there's not a whole lot you can do with them in that aspect. But other than that, if you actually, you know, compensate for the balance issues and can find one of these figures, it's a very, very cool display piece. This has been my favorite version of Jason Voorhees for I don't know how long, but it's a very cool figure. If you can find it, they used to go for about $50 each. I ended up getting mine for $100 off of eBay, but they're very rare now. But if you can find it, I know this is kind of the holy grail of 18 inchers for some collectors, so it's definitely worth it though, if you can find it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.